And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another FTG Live Series, number 7, Old Stream Farm, version 2. How is everybody doing? Let me get away from the chickens here. This is annoying. Alright, here we go. We're far enough away. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a long week. I am ready to get back and do some live stream farming. Great to see everybody in chat. Tractor Man, Nick, Chuck, what is going on? Tavin. Yes, I had a great trip. We went to Disney World with the fam, took the 4-year-old down there, and yeah, some of you guys, if you're younger, once you get married, have kids, you will totally understand this. It's a great thing to see your kids beaming from ear to ear, but a place like Disney, I am ready for another vacation for the parents' sake. Anyway, I am really glad that you guys. I did read some of the messages. I kept up with some things. We've got some new news right off the bat. Really wasn't actually a lot that happened this week. I was kind of bummed a little bit. I know Scott was. I know, man. It's exciting, Tractor Man. I was really surprised to see those subs coming through the week without nothing really going on. But we got quite a few new things this week. Just a couple of notable mentions. Any beet harvesters out there? And I don't actually have this in, but they got a. This one's a 4 meter. You got another one that's 9 meters. It's HR, I think 12. It came in, and another beet harvester, which is kind of cool if you're into the sugar beet thing. I don't have it actually permanently on this map. Another thing was a great Fent weight set. I've got those loaded in here. I actually like them. I like them a lot. They definitely add a lot of that good flavor to it. Another thing that we found out, of course, is going to be the new update. We're going to have our first scripts on console, so that ought to be exciting. A few definitely things we're going to have, and let's see. Crop destruction, tire dirt, ground response are the 3 probably. I'm not sure. I want to say there was a 4th one, but I could not find it. If there was, you guys can let me know. It should be interesting. They're not game changers, but they're definitely game extenders. Something that's going to be it's going to be really nice to have, especially considering we've not had any, which does completely validate what I've been saying all along in regards to how Giants is going to have to control our stuff. We can have scripts, which will be nice. We will be able to have scripts. It's just they have to actually put them in on the next update. So maybe we can look to maybe expect some of these things every 3 or 4 months. If it's 3 months versus none at all, I'll take it. Yes, I'm there with you. GPS course play, I think all those are complete. I think they're possibilities. Whether or not they'll come in with free mod or as a DLC, there's probably some licensing to guys that actually created them, so that might not work on the DLC, but we'll see. I was kind of looking through my farms today and trying to figure out what in the world I was going to do, because I actually kind of got caught up. So I'm going to kind of start fresh over here with Old Stream. I'm still kind of getting Coldborough back. I decided I was not going to go through the whole rigmarole of trying to build it up from the ground up, since you have to update the map. Took that out of the equation and decided to mod me in some money enough to get where I was before, except I think I'd done away with, gosh, let's see, I think I'd done away with cows, I'd done away with pigs, and pretty much started from a basic equipment list and then the sheep. So that's kind of, I'm still trying to get the farm in order. So I figured I'd come back to Old Stream and then continue my work on here. I actually really, really like this map. So, yes, I did see that, Chuck. Yes, I did watch the Super Bowl. I was going to play some We Are the Champions for those Pats fans on here, but I figured I'd get in trouble with some with some copyright material on that, so I didn't. But yes, I did watch at least the 4th quarter. I actually turned it off and thought, this is going to be they're going to get spanked. This is great. This is going to be a great night. And then I looked back and they were tied. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So, Oh me. Well, you know, say what you want to, but the man, Brady, that is, he's one talented guy. It's just a shame that his cheating and his team's cheating has completely ruined his reputation with a lot of people. You either love him or you hate him. It's a shame that cheating gets you that way, but you know, that's a price they've decided they were willing to pay. So, okay. A few things I wanted to do today. I've actually cut grass on a lot of these. I was going to start running some grass back up to the silage, not the pits for the cows, but actually run them down to biogas. So I was going to get some of this stuff set up, and then I wanted to go ahead and get my seeder out, and I want to start planting some because I've got a couple of fields here that are pretty much, they're completely ready to go. Don't stoop to that level of playing that really. Oh man, that's good. So no, James. Everything's good, man. I will say, my 4-year-old daughter, that was her favorite ride. Was the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, man. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. There's some pretty good rides down there, I gotta say. I'm just sitting there trying to figure out which tractor I want to do this on. Yeah, I guess we'll do this one. I guess let me see. I feel like I've been so far away from this. 180. Do I even have 180 on this thing? I'm sure I do. Maybe. Let's find out. That's the bigger. Yeah, 193. All right, good enough. Yeah, I talked to Ryan. He'll probably be in once he dries up his tears. I'm not sure if he was a the football flat again. Yeah, I figured there'd be quite a bit of hate. Yeah, football is flat or not, you know, I'll give the man I'll give him his credit, man. He's a heck of a QB. To do it 5 times, it's impressive. Yes, and I guess I'll break the news to everybody there, Chuck, and I will break the news. I'll let you break the news to Ryan. Chuck will be leaving the good graces of the console world and will be joining the high ranks of the PC world. So congratulations, Chuck. So he'll be one of our converts, newly appointed to the rank of PC Master. So, I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. So, congratulations, Chuck. I know you're excited. Yeah, you theme parks. I tell you, you know, James, this is one thing. It's I don't like going to them by myself. If I had my choice, I'd rather do something else besides theme parks. But I tell you what, you see your kids' eyes light up when they see all the characters and all the princesses, especially if you got a little girl. I tell you what, whew, that tugs at the old heartstrings right there. There's some good moments had this week. A lot of money was spent, but a lot of good moments were had. Yeah, right, Chuck. You will not be on console. You can say that all you want to, because I can tell you this, when I get a PC, I will not be on console. I'll be peace out, bros. We'll see you later. I'm headed on to the house. So I was looking. I know the guy that's been. Sorry, I'm just. There's like a lot of info I wanted to cover tonight. Wanted to do it early. So I think looking at a couple of the different mods that come out. I know Chuck alluded to to that one mod. Nice little water trailer got put up. Well, actually, it's a slurry tanker / water trailer. It can basically hold anything liquid. And I saw it came out today on the mod hub. It's under a beta, so that means it's PC only right now. maybe as it gets confirmed, possibly that may be something that may come out. Another thing that I saw on the forums today was that for us logging guys, now I love logging, and I still would probably be doing it in this game had there been some type of initiative from Giants to kind of buff up logging. You guys have heard me talk about that. You've heard me talk about that, plenty. The one thing that they saw the new map come out of the Pacific Inlet, it's rumored that that has cleared Giants, at least their pre-testing phase, whatever they do with maps. So it is console compliant. Now there's some level of optimization that may need to happen, or there's some other things, but at least as of what I saw on the forums tonight, it at least alluded to the fact that they were actually, that is a very high possibility that that map may come out console. Unfortunately, that we don't have any of the other mods to really break some serious ground in the logging map of that nature. I know Toxic OM was a guy that did. A lot of you guys are familiar with the BioBelts trailers and the trailer with the crane on it. And I think he's pretty much done doing anything for console because of the limitations and what Giants wants the developers to do. To keep, I guess, everything on the even par when it comes to console. So he said most of all his stuff coming up in the future is all going to be PC platform, PC Mac. So that was kind of disappointing because he was one of the guys that was doing a lot of console stuff for us there as well. So lots of new little tidbits of information and all kind of things coming through the pipeline. So hopefully here in the next couple of weeks we should find out DLC. I know you guys have probably been keeping up with a lot of that over the past couple of weeks, or at least over this past week. I know I have. Chuck's let me in on a few things. I know Scott kind of kept me up on a few things of what was going on. So I definitely appreciate that. Just catch it up on chat here. It's good. That's funny, Tractor. Yeah, there's one. There was one even up at Disney World. There was one that even got the best of me. My little daughter wasn't tall enough to ride it. I think she probably still would have and loved it. But yeah, there was one. I was like, wow, it's pretty insane even for even for Disney World. Yeah, what's going on, Greg? Yes, I am. Yes, I am upset about that as well. I thought Atlanta had it in the bag, and I think what happened was they tried to coast it. And I don't care what you think about Brady or any of the rest of them, you just can't coast it with the Pats. Belichick and them guys, they're just too good for that. Too good for someone to get up there and just coast. Oh, I'm gonna have to get Chuck and Ryan their own separate PC chat room so they can sit over there and giggle and snicker like two little girls. Yes, Mario. I think Crop Destruction's one. They said all the for real modules, so that means there's two more that I found that were very popular, and that was the Tire Dirt and the Ground Response. And the Ground Response is supposed to give you a more realistic feel to soil conditions, whether it's tilled, whether it's plowed, whether it's wet, raining. I'll be interested to see if any of that really makes it in. I know Crop Destruction's probably a pretty easy one. But yeah, they said they were going to be including the scripts for all three of them, at least what I saw, or at least on their Twitter feed. So I'll be very happy if that happens. Hopefully it will. Well, don't be coming to my stream asking help how to get your PC going. Traitor. Hey, what's up, Mr. J99? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Oh, thanks, Greg. Appreciate that. I try. It helps having a very good active crew to talk back and forth with. Yeah, I think Tractor. I think that's what happens to a lot of people. I mean, that's what happened to me. I've said it before. My Mac is it's good. It's just not. It never was bought and built to be graphically on par with what needs to happen on some of these newer games. From audio and processing perspective, it's great. It's just a little lacking in the video department, which, unfortunately, being a Mac, you can't upgrade. So it is what it is until I get a PC. So, which probably after I recoup a little bit off of the Disney World trip, because I'm gonna tell you what, dude, that is one expensive place to take your kids and see them smile. Yeah, I don't know, Brandon. I heard that they stunk, and I heard y'all pretty much got absolutely nothing all week. You got a few things here and there. Got a weight pack and some updates to the log and some to that log trailer, and yeah, with the other little round baler thing. I haven't really got a chance to mess with that. I know Chuck said he kind of messed with it and told me it sucked. So I was glad that was a week that I decided to take a trip out, because it sounded like it completely sucked to be in trying to play Farm Sim last week. I have no idea. I would venture to say that probably not too much is going to come out. You can generally tell what starts rolling out on PC, and you can kind of tell whether or not it's going to be a good week for console. And I would imagine, since DLC is going to be coming out, and they're going to start releasing videos and start hyping it like they're notorious for, I venture to say that probably not too much is going to happen. Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? Yeah, nothing. I am doing great. Thanks for asking. Bank accounts get retired. No, they just strap their bank account to this little wristband they call a magic band. Call it a magical experience that you can use your credit card without even swiping anything. And then you get your bill and you're like, oh my god, we spent how much money? So anyway, leave the kid there. Y'all know, did they get a credit for leaving a kid there? Hey, we only used 2 of our magical experiences. Can we have a refund on our 3rd magical experience? It just wasn't that magical for them. Hey, what's going on, Justin? Oh, wait, when did I guy that? How much was the trip? Well, I think the trip for the 3 of us, we didn't even stay in the we didn't even stay like on the main monorail system, where the expensive one. We did stay on the grounds, so they have a bus system that takes you in there. But I think it was like, I want to say for the week for 3 of us, I want to say it was like 3,000 and some odd, and then meal plan was over was right at 1,000, and then we spent 600 inside the park throughout the week, and that was just to give you just an idea. The when you go in there and actually pay for a meal that's on your meal plan, our breakfast buffets. Now they're a good buffet. But these breakfast buffets are like $100 meals for 3 people. And I'm not kidding, $100. So then the waitress brings you a check, and then it has an 18% and 20%. Now usually on a buffet, you guys know how this works. They pretty much bring you your drink and some plates. That's pretty much it. And you maybe around here at an IHOP, let's say an IHOP or even a Waffle House, you might tip them a few bucks at the end of your meal. No, it's 18% tip on $100 is $18. So your meal plan gets charged, and then they charge your credit card for $20 tip. And all the lady did was bring you, she brought you some cup of orange juice and grabbed an old dirty plate from you every now and again. So, yeah, it's quite the racket. We'll just put it that way. Everything's expensive. Souvenirs are expensive. Everything. But it's one of those things we're not going to do probably for the next 5 or 6 years until number 2 comes along. So, it's not an everyday trip, every year trip. So we actually put away some money and saved up, and then decided to splurge and take this trip and spoil her a little bit. So, yeah, we'll wait and do that for the second one, and that'll be the name of that game. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Don't remind me, Chuck. Yeah. But I will say this. I will say this in defense, just in case my wife is listening to this afterwards. Seeing my kid light up whenever she walked in the room and saw Cinderella. That's partially why we had a lot of character dinners and a lot of times where she got to meet all the princesses by herself, and so she went, seeing their faces light up whenever they see Cinderella and all these characters that she's used to seeing on TV, Snow White, Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Oh man, that was worth 5 Jetmax systems. Turtle calls. Sniffing the air in Disney is expensive. Why do we pay extra for 17.4? I'm not catching your question there, Steven. You're talking about what I assume you're talking about is why do console players pay extra for Farm Sim 17? Or extra for premium? Yeah, no, I do imagine that Jetmax system would have been pretty awesome. Okay, let's see. Let me figure out what we gotta plant down here. I actually wouldn't mind planting some stuff and selling some stuff. Looks like canola's my main. Is that? Yeah, I guess it is. So I guess canola's my main pig, or will be. No. Oh, I need to get corn on there. Yikes. No, it's just in the silos. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself here. I'm actually trying to catch up on this one. Let's see. Oh, why do we have to pay extra for 17 for DLC? Well, it's always been that way. Our mods are free, but they're DLC unless you've bought the premium version. The premium version will obviously cost you that extra bit. Now, if you've bought premium, then it shouldn't cost you anything. I know there was some discrepancies on that. I have not seen. Yeah, that's what I was seeing there, Greg. I actually think. Let's take this old beater out, because I think. Let's see. I've got 3 over here. Yeah, let's just go grab those. Be some quick cash there. Nope, I can't do that. I forgot this place has got the crazy. I might be able to do this finally. Let's see. I might be able to. I've been wanting to do this since I got these trailers. We'll grab this and see if we can go ahead and make my turn. Wow, I meant to buy the short trailer. Whoops. Did not realize I bought the big one. Whoops. Oh well. $70 whenever you buy a game. Where is that? Where's that golf at? $89.99. Well, my assumption is that you're referring to the premium edition. Now, the premium edition, just like anything with console, gets you all the DLC. Now, there was some discrepancies on whether or not that was Farm Sim. They did not have their text right, and they said that it was not going to. I guess it was for some odd reason that was giving you a discount, but I think that has been fixed. If it hasn't, if anybody knows, please correct me on that. But my assumption is that you will be able to download all the DLC after you buy that price. And whenever you buy Season Pass or whatever it is, premium, you always get that DLC at basically nothing. You get it at a cheaper rate. So I think like if you'd have taken all the DLC for $15, put them all together, you'd have had somewhere over $40 worth of DLC, and then they would have charged you $30. So basically, you'd be saving $10 on it. I mean, I think that's the idea. I'm not, nobody knows for sure what the DLC rollout for Farm Sim's going to be, but if it's anything compared to 15, it'll still be worth it in the long run. You may not want to do it, but it's better than paying for it, unless you're thinking, well, I may not like what it is. And that's always a risk you run. Oh, don't mess up on me. There we go. Alright. Now I wanted to try to put this down. I know there was some things now I think maybe PC's gotten an upgrade or an update, not upgrade, an update on this trailer. On the big trailer there's a problem with the back of this trailer. Now it's only on the big one from what I've tested myself. The small one doesn't seem to have the same issues, but any of the small trailers have. I mean, the big trailer has a problem right there on the back side. So it's like if you try to drive any of the other tractors in there, it'll mess up. It'll just go right straight through it. So I think this one's actually been fixed. Well, I mean, the small one's actually works the way it's supposed to, and I don't think we've gotten an update on this one on the big trailer. Haha, but I look at though. I like it. Been looking for something like this. This is these little mods right here. Even though they're simple, in nature, they're not overcomplicated. They're not completely complicated. Machines by any means. There's just a trailer with a roll down, but still they work most of the time. Fed up. That's pretty good. And our FTG live series joke of the night was brought to you by James Landry. I hear you, man. Buying your first truck. Yeah, I kind of wishing I'd have bought the small trailer. I thought I did. Oh well. This map's really a little bit too big for this. I mean, a little bit too small for this big old honker. Let's see. Yep, here we go. So Xbox and PS4 plays PC free will. Um, well, PC will still pay for the DLC. And I think now Greg could probably let's see, Greg or Ryan could probably shed a little bit better light on this from the PC perspective because I know they're both on PC. As far as I know, they'll still have to pay for DLC, and if they've bought the Steam version off of PC, they still have to pay through Steam. But their initial copy of the game itself is cheaper. They don't have an option for a premium, at least not to my knowledge. So maybe you guys could shed some light on that, at least to what you guys have to pay for on PC. I was assuming though, when they say it's, let's say this pack comes out and it's $6.99, it's going to be the same on PC. Okay, all right, that's kind of what I thought. So the mods, yeah. So Steve, the mods are all free for everybody. Free for PC, free for us. But their game is cheaper, but they still have to pay for download content. And yes, to kind of I guess finish that thought. The game does cost more on console than it does on PC. And there's no rhyme or reason why it's cheaper. It just is. Some of that is because of probably the fees and the licensing they have to pay to Microsoft and Sony. But yeah, it's just how it is. What's going on, Manuel? Two spots for the wool pallets. I assume you're talking about two spots in the main farm area. Is that what you're talking about, Mario? If I can get this, let me see if I can snag this one up too. Yeah. There's probably no way this bobcat would actually be able to pick both of them up. Oh, but I like that trailer. Now if we can only tie down our loads. Hey, what's going on, Zenon? Yes, I am. I did have a good break. It was a much-needed break, but now I feel like I need another vacation from the vacation. So, y'all know how that goes. Oh, I'm sure Chuck will be letting us know how great PC World is. Y'all just have to find me some new loyal subjects that won't abandon me for PC. Oh. No, we drove down to Disney. Wasn't no way we could afford to fly, plus do all the rest of the rental stuff once we got there, and yeah, they just wasn't gonna work. So we're in North Carolina, so really for us it was about an 8.5 hour drive. So we split it up. The first When we went down there, the trip down, we split it up, and then when we came back, we just drove it all in one day, so it wasn't too bad. The little one did good. She's a pretty good rider. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I hear you, Steven. Yeah, no, I'm just giving Chuck a hard time, Greg. Once I recoup some money off of Disney, I got some things out in the wood shop that's going to be coming down the pipeline, so I'm going to be getting some things out, making some money myself. So I'll have me a little extra. I'll be able to. Part of my problem right now is actually figuring out where to put it in my house, that I can actually do the gaming and set controls up and all that other good stuff, and not be in the way of the sleeping little ones. That's the only thing that I'm having an issue with right now. I'd probably already have it if I had that figured out. So hopefully here in due time. He spent that saves on the trip, yeah. Paid homage to Mickey. That's so funny. Oh man. Like this case is struggling to pull that trailer up the hill. Alright, so that actually made me about 40 grand, so that was actually a pretty good quick pickup there. Oh shoot, I need to speed up rate here. This is, here we go. Not gonna do anybody really any good. Yeah, I try to keep it that way, Greg. I mean, I try the best to the best of console's ability. My thing really that and this is my only quarrel with console and PC. I mean, PC just has a lot more equipment, and it's all real. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you can be realistic on console, you can be realistic on PC. To me, I don't think it really matters. Really, what you're playing, it's just how you play it. It's how you utilize the equipment. Whether you're trying new. I always love to try new equipment. Now, there's obviously some things that just work 10 times better than others, but I'm always trying new stuff. So if it was PC, I would just have a lot more stuff to try out, and that's my only thing. Is I always worry about these, especially these streams. I always worried about them getting a little bit boring because I don't have, us console guys don't have all that access to all this new stuff that we can be trying out, and new mods coming out every single day, and it's crazy cool stuff. We just kind of got the default stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it. It just kind of gets, sometimes it can get old watching it after a while. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The same's got a little bit more. They're pretty close. I think they're only about 20 or 30 off. But I guess putting that skid steer on the back of their tractor, man, I guess that had a big to do with it. Let's see. I'll just check now. I'm just trying to think what I got here. All right, so we got that. This is what, soy, barley over there, corn over there. I'm just trying to think what I might want to put down. I might actually put some soy down. Um, Yeah. So if I can get this sucker going and get him planting some stuff, then I think everything's all cultivated, so pretty much, yeah, here we go. This is grass field up here. I'll go ahead and let it Start ripping this down. See how he does. Just hire a worker. And 32-meter cedars. Yeah, you know, it's there's bits and pieces of it that I think some of it too is it's kind of sitting here thinking about what Greg said there. I mean, I think the bigger part for me sometimes is, let's see what this does. Oh yeah, this thing pulls it at 12. That's pretty good. I think part of it too that I like doing is I like separating some of my maps. I'll go with a certain brand, and I think the thing that I kind of found myself, at least on console, yearning and wanting more of is more of a particular brand, more like of okay, well, what in the world are they doing? What? Oh, that's ridiculous. I think for me, some of what it is the scripted mods, like the course play, like the GPS, like any of those, the mud mods. I mean, any of those things that bring an extra bit of realism to the sim itself. Not even so much just John Deere tractors. I could care less whether or not it's John Deere, JCB. If it gets the jobs done, I'm all for it. I do like to separate some of my stuff though when I look at farms. This farm I've got a mishmash, just a mishmash of all kind of different tractors and stuff on here. But like the Coldborough that I was redoing, it's kind of more of a case-oriented farm. It would be nice to have more variants of certain tractors rather than just have one case here, an old case, and then a medium case, and then a big case. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. You're not going to let me get that way either. Alright. Alright, let me see if I can... Oh, gotta turn it on. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm gonna throw me a couple of cross seeds right here, and this should fix my problem. Throw a few of these over here, and then they'll stop a little bit short of that, and I won't have to worry about them getting into those trees. This same tractor doesn't have, I don't know, it doesn't have the best turning radius on it. I actually got this one just because of the startup sound. I know that sounds trivial, but I like it. Yeah, I'm with Steven. I like the Old Stream map. It's good. It actually gives you a chance to use some of these smaller mods that we've got, and we just don't really have a bigger map to use them on. I haven't heard any info on Lawfolds yet. I don't know if anybody else has, but I definitely have not heard anything, so I'm kind of wondering what's going on with that map, if we've got any prayer and chance of it coming through. And I don't know, that one's still locking up on me. I tried earlier today. I was probably on that map for about 20 minutes maybe, and then it flopped out on me and crashed. And then I took all the mods out of it except for the standard DLC tractors, and it still did the same thing, so I have no idea what's wrong with it. There's no way for us to really check on console what's going on with any one particular map. Not like a log text or anything like that. We can file a report with Sony, and that's about it. So I'm sure they're probably tired of seeing reports, because I'm sure about every time something like that's filed, someone on consoles and sent them another crash report. So I'm sure they're like, alright guys, y'all gonna have to get your crap together. Yes, tree trimming. You're right, Steven. And I need to do that. I just have not done it on this map, but I definitely need to do it. I mean, pretty much on every field, and especially once I get into the grass cutting, I have to cut 2 vertical rows just to keep it away from the grass. I mean, keep it away from the trees. And that seems to work right now for this. Seems to work, so you know. Let's see what the food is for everything. Yeah, shoot, I've been running it real time. Sorry about that. Might have to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, I know Chuck had said, of course he said there, I know you said you did a lot of tree trimming, and I've seen a few of these, especially this field, the grass field above, grass field 1. I went down and cut grass field 9 and 10 just because I thought, well, I'll be down there close to the biogas. I can throw some grass in there, make some money off that just on downtime. And I usually like to try to double cut all my stuff just because it makes it a lot more efficient when I'm making runs back and forth. Yeah, sounds good, Tractor Man. Good to see you. I should be on, should be on for the rest of the week, long as everything is. So maybe we'll see you tomorrow night. "12 meters at 26 does the trick." Oh Lord. Alright, sounds good, Tractor. We'll see you, man. Now hopefully this week we'll start seeing some videos for DLC. I know they've pretty much, I guess, data mined it out of the PC and Steam, and they've got it all in there as Coon for the pack. I'm kind of interested to see how an equipment list is going to work on DLC. It better be freaking good. Of course, it's not going to matter to me because I already bought premium, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get it either way. But for those people that have not bought any kind of premium or bought a season pass or anything, I'll be anxious to see how many guys are so, gung-ho about buying an equipment DLC, since Coon doesn't make tractors and the like. I have to do some work things. Alright. I find this map is good. I find this is probably one of the most challenging to consistently make money. Now, if I had my pigs were all sold and I wasn't trying to keep up 3 crops, I think it probably wouldn't be as bad. But since I am keeping up all 3 crops with pigs, everything but root crop, I don't have any in root crop yet. And probably really don't plan on it unless I start making some killer money around here. I just don't really like doing them, so I just choose not to do them. But this one I find is the most challenging. Now, sheep are easy. especially the grass. They're great money makers, but I'm having, I'm always having to buy that one piece of equipment instead of being able to invest all into the sheep, which is something that, normally I would want to have, but for this one, it just seems quite the little bit of a hurdle trying to get past where I want to. I think I'm only at like 20 something on the sheep, and I would normally like to be at somewhere around 100, as they produce a pretty fair amount of wool pretty quick. And that's enough to kind of keep some good cash flow coming in that you can save up and buy some things in due time. And even cows, pretty good on their milk production once you get up above 20. Just takes a lot of takes a lot of grass and silage and making wheat, barley, whatever you're making, baling that up to get that good and going. So, and then you add on 20-25 pigs on top of that, definitely stretches your resources pretty thin. So it's a good thing that most of all my equipment on here is small, and that's probably the only reason I have most of all this small stuff. And I was looking at Coldborough and just trying to get some of that initial stuff and getting some bigger stuff and some medium stuff. I mean, I ran out of money so fast on that just by giving myself what I felt like was the bare minimums. Hey, what's going on, Steve? Yes, yes, Steve. That's pretty much what I did on. And I think I said, "Hey, Steve Benson." If I didn't, welcome. Yes, I turned. This is grass field 2. Actually, I plowed it up and turned it over to a field, just because I didn't need it. I kept grass field 1. It's one of my bigger producer for the grass bales. But if I wanted to, I could certainly plant some grass on this just like a regular crop and use it just as well. So, but that is what I did on this one. Man, I'm gonna have so many little stripes in this field. It's not gonna be funny. Man, it's going pretty good. Just getting back from vacation, trying to see how things are here on the farms, trying to get back into the swing of things. I actually kind of found it quite challenging today. Just like, wow, where was I? What was I wanting to do in some of these? Kind of spent a little bit of time today just kind of getting acclimated back to my farms and where stuff was, and like, what was I trying to do on this one? Oh yeah, I guess we can do that. No, silage doesn't pay like it used to. It's still not bad for what it is. I mean, you got to think about what it is. It's just fermented grass that you don't really have to do anything to except cut it and store it. So I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty simple for the amount of money that you make off of it. So I think it's still deemable. I mean, I've made some pretty good money on them. It's especially good if you just need something to do when you're in some downtime. And this little guy's having a problem. The workers don't hire too well on this, even on this field. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe just this little tiny little cedar, but I've done pretty good with silage before. The thing with silage, you just got to catch it at the right sale time. This map especially, the silage prices are higher. It's up to around $400 or $500 for silage, which is saying a lot. A lot of times they're not nearly that high. So sometimes you can get away with a lot more on a smaller map. And I want to say Coldborough's prices are. You can't do anything on Coldborough Park silage wise. It's just not really. Never was really set up for that. I was trying to think of the last one. Lawsburg was pretty good. What was the last? It wasn't Lawfolds. Chillington, I think. Chillington I did quite a bit of silage on, and I actually did pretty well on that. I think it just depends. Yes, I did have a good holiday, Steve. It was we went down to Disney with the fam, and I was glad to be back. And as I've talked about earlier, it's glad to see the the bleeding from the pocketbook stop. But no, we had a great time, so I'm just glad to kind of be back and be back in the regular swing of things. One of those things now where I feel like I need a vacation from the vacation. So I'm glad not too much moved in the line of farm sim stuff this week. So I'm glad that things were pretty chill. I kind of got to come back to pretty much the same sim I left, which I know didn't didn't really please anybody, but I would have loved to have come home and had a new map and had some new mods. Yeah, did get some new info though, so that was exciting. Getting some of the for real modules for consoles exciting. That's kind of backs up what I've been saying the whole time. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, sheep still are, if you get enough. Sheep, if you keep investing in them. If all you had was just a simple grass cutting operation, I mean, it's pretty hard to compete with sheep. And if you get enough, you get over 200, and man, they spit that wool out so fast you can't keep it on the rack. I know I don't own that field. Let's see. Looks like. Let me reset chat here. All right. Should take care of that. Alright, that's good enough there. Let's go back and fix some of these bad spots in the middle here. There's still almost, you could still kind of see a need for a 6-meter sower on some of this. I don't mind the smaller stuff. You could definitely get away with the bigger seeder on a few of these fields, especially if you're looking to combine some things like I don't know, especially doing this one, doing field 4 would be a good one to have it on. I think I'm just going to leave that at that. I think that's going to work just fine. So I got soy going there. I want to make sure that I still keep corn. Corn's the one you're going to use the most with the pigs. So I will probably I'll probably go ahead and I'll probably go ahead and get some corn up on the other one. I'll go ahead and speed up through the night here. Number 15, it was cows, and 17, your pay grass. Sheep, yep. Yeah, no, it's, yeah. Yeah, cows was a really good way to make a lot of killer money in 15. Sheep didn't, because all you could ever do was, so there you go, so $5,000, so I'm officially in the green, maybe? Let's see. Well, besides my loan. Where are we at? Where are we at? So animal upkeep, vehicle running costs. So that's somewhere right around 5,000. So let's see. Minus my vehicle. So yeah, I guess I made $4,000 on the day. Sold milk was 4,222. So yeah, almost. I'm almost there. I'm not quite there. I'm almost there. Yeah, well, it's like I said earlier. I don't know why they didn't pick it up. What's going on here? Oh, guess I'm not far enough over. There we go. Yeah, well, you know, grass is one of those things. And let me get back over here and look. See, like right now, grass at biogas is 400 and it's going down. So that wasn't even at its top notch of what it was. So it's starting to come down now, as you can see. Of course, I sped up time here to get through the night. Wool's really taking a nosedive. But yes, I mean, if you can keep it up around 350 or 400 pounds per liter, I mean, you're still talking about making some serious money. That is definitely not doing bad at all. Not as good, but you got to look at it this way too. For very cheap, you can at least get the conveyor belts. Can come down and pretty much take care of all your needs as it refers to them. You know, having to have a wheel loader and then have to roll all those buckets back down and forth. So, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, I think for the amount of work that's put in on silage, it's a pretty easy crop. Especially if you're already cutting grass. That's usually what I used to try to do, but ever since I started streaming, I tried to change that up and do at least a little something different every time I'd start out a new map, just so it didn't kind of become the same monotony. Because you can cut grass, do silage. It's easy to get started on. All you need is one tractor. Let's see if we can do that. See if that keeps me away from those trees. So one tractor, windrower, and then all the other stuff needed to keep things going. So I'm going to put corn up there and go ahead and get that coming back in. And let's go ahead and slow down time. There we go. Man. Alright, so pigs are slow on the slurry on this one. I'm not sure if this is completely... Yeah, see, I've only got 13. I found for this map, for what I've got right now going field-wise, it's a lot for me to keep up any more than 20. So 20 is my limit, then I usually sell off 10 and then kind of start back over. Man, everything's pretty good, actually. God. Alright, gonna have to do the same thing on this side of the field. Yeah, appreciate that, Greg. Good to see you too, man. Good to see everybody. But yes, Hopefully I'll be on the rest of the week, so hopefully we'll be catching you around, and I probably won't be too far off myself. Get to a good stopping point here. It's still playing catch up from the week, man. It's like I said, man. I needed the vacay from the vacay. But good to see you, bud. Alright, so we'll pull one more line there, and then I'll pull one more up, and then we'll see what the worker can do on this. Yeah, well, eventually at some point that's probably what I'll do when I've got some way to haul them up out of here, stack them up. I eventually will do that. Kind of hate to on some of these because they do add a nice little decorative touch, but they're aggravating. Hand cut. Nah, I don't hand cut. Salford on sale. Alright. Eh, boy. It's taking forever for that grass to grow. Alright. That actually worked. Oh, I do know what I can do. I will go take this up here, and I'll go. Got one more field I need to cut. So I think I'm going to cut. I've got grass field 1 going on. Yeah, I do got a lot in the way. At some point, I do want to actually get some logging, but I want to try to do it legit way without modding in a bunch of money. I do want to try my hand at some of these little forestry areas that they do have on the map. I got some good ones. This map, the frame rates and stuff are all very good. I'd be interested to see on Pacific Inlet, which is that logging map I was talking about earlier. I'll be interested to see what kind of frame rates or what kind of performance we can look to expect to have on that one. I think that's they've at least rumored it. The fact that they've rumored that it's gone through testing and that it's that it's passed the console test is a good thing. That still doesn't mean that it's going to come out. It still may just not be playable by the time you get a bunch of stuff out on the field. So we'll see what happens. But I would be excited to see that with some new mods come, at least for forestry areas. That would be really nice to see. I don't look for it, but it would be nice. I really thought this first DLC pack that they did, I really thought the first DLC pack could be a logging pack. Or at least could be something that added quite a bit to the logging aspect of this game, since most of it wasn't even touched. But unfortunately they felt that it wasn't. Alright, let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, I think the one problem, and this is the same problem that Coldborough Park has, is the FS17 trees. Um, and I guess it's the same trees that they put in over at Goldcrest, are actually very high detailed, and that's just a little bit too much detail. Hey, there's a weight. A little too much detail for what we can really have a ton of those trees. I know what they were trying to accomplish, but you know, it just wound up. Most of these trees, once you get them, a bunch of them all piled up in a corner, makes it really hard for the you know, for it to. Dadgummit. It makes it really hard for the consoles to keep up with them. They're just very high detailed objects, and when you get, I can see right here on these now, these don't really move that much, but some of them they move quite a bit. And the guy that did Old Stream, the Black Sheep modding, they did a really good job of the draw distance. You can see the fullness of the tree and the details of the tree get drawn in the closer you get, which is the way it should be. But even on these, you can tell when you look up that you get this little, I don't know, it's not as a crisp, smooth picture. It's got a little bit of frame rate issue with it, which I mean, I guess is to be expected when you pile that many trees on in a corner. But something like Pacific Inlet's going to be a challenge, just because if those are the trees that get put into that map, if that's all there is, by the time you add in some, you know, by the time you add in some mods and add in some tractors and a couple of Scorpion Kings and a bunch of free-floating logs on the ground, it's definitely going to sop up resources really quick. So most of this grass I'm cutting, this will be kind of my in-between here. So I've got grass field 1 going, and this will be grass field 7. I've also cut 9 and 10. Most of this I'll probably try to do in the background maybe tomorrow, if I get a chance tomorrow to do some stuff on Farm Sim. But I may try to do this in the background and make some runs back and forth to biogas, just so I can have some of that done for the stream tomorrow. What would be, of course, I ask guys that are here, we've got quite a few still watching, so if you guys had your pick of a map, what would you like to see? I've currently got Chillington, Coldborough, and Old Streams, or Old Stream Farm is, all 3 are established maps, all still need things to do. I've kind of been wanting to go back to Coldborough just so I can, you know, really kind of utilize all the new fixes, because they really went through that map and really did a good job with it. So I'd like to continue to keep going with it, but I just figured I'd see what you guys thought. Yeah, this is a good one for the small stuff, Steve. And I do like that. I mean, it's a lot of people give it grief for that, but I'm kind of glad I've at least got something that we can use all those small mods on, especially on console. I really enjoyed Lawfolds because it was the first map that I actually really used the biggest stuff in the game, like the biggest tractors, the biggest cultivators, biggest seeders. You know, and I would have loved to have been able to continue to make, you know, more with that map. I just hate that it, you know, everything in that map was custom. You know, the sheep were custom, the cow areas. I mean, everything was just really top notch on that map, and it's a shame that it wouldn't stop crashing on me. And what's up, Chuck? Welcome back. Looks like the corn guy's still going well. Let me check. See how he's doing. Yeah. Still plugging along. So I actually think, depends on, let me see what this guy does when he gets down here. Because this is always a tough part of this field, is having to deal with this crook right here. Oh man, what do I want to do? Yeah, it's going to bring a different challenge in too whenever we bring this ground response mod in, and crop destruction. Because once you did stuff like this and rolled over a crop, it's gone. So definitely going to be bringing in we'll be bringing in a new way of at least thinking about playing this game, for one. I hate this field for this very reason. Pretty much, you know, I guess you could make you a couple laps around this part of the field. That's about the best you can do with what we have. I don't know if workers really going to work it very well. Hey, what's going on, Stunt? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I know, Steve. Most of everything we've gotten has been small, which, you know, is the easy stuff. I think the more complicated things are pretty much going to have to be done by giants, honestly. It's going to be a lot to ask for, you know, these bigger machinery mods and stuff that gets put out for Farm Sim for PC guys. I think it's going to be a lot harder to get those on console, just because the quality has got to be so high. Doesn't mean that it can't be done, it's just probably not got a good chance of being done. I think he's talking to me. I'm good. I'm good. I hope you are. Almost kind of just want to erase this part of the field. Be done with it. So aggravating. Yeah, I know Chuck had done that as well. He had gone through and actually cut all these trees and stuff up. See if I can get 2 more laps here and see if it'll let me hire a worker so I can do something else. I don't mind doing this sometimes, but man, this field gets old after a while. Alright, let's see if I can finish up here. This has become my new favorite mowing. I guess you call it my mowing stance. Got the new Fent weight on the back, which is cool. I actually really like those weights. And got the back winged mowers up front. This way I can still drive in cab view and still be able to see everything, so definitely a win-win. That's a lot of fields, man. Yeah, okay, Chuck. Hopefully we'll oh, tank is empty. I guess I gotta go fill the seeds up. You'll have to see how much time I get on tomorrow. If I'm gonna get that PC here soon, I'm gonna have to get out there in the wood shop and get some things going. Alright, so fold this bad boy up, and we'll drive it back down to the farm. Let's see if I can go ahead and cut them other two sometime. Yeah, I know, right, Ryan? Yeah, I got a couple things that I need to be getting to out there. Now that I'm back from vacay, I don't have that excuse anymore. Oh, whoops! Watch the ceiling. I'd have probably taken that shed out in real life. Alright. And he's empty. Little thing runs out of steam quick. And we'll just roll all over our newly planted corn, no problems. Won't be able to do that for long. Farming is work. Yeah, you try telling my wife that. She will quickly tell you otherwise. Well, there wasn't much left in that one. Okay, so that was all of that one. Alright. I think I had these seed pallets on here. I'm not sure if I went and bought them and placed them in here, because I know you've got a seed depot inside of the farm here. I'm pretty sure there is a fertilizer one. Actually, maybe there isn't a seed one. Yeah, so that, I'm not sure what that one is. And that's fuel, I think. Yeah, I might actually have to go get it anyway. Oh well. I'll go ahead and see if I can finish this up. Did I plow? Not on this one. I've got it set on the every fourth one. So, but it did cultivate on that field. So I'm not sure when it might be. It's probably due for a plow, but since it only gives you 10, I'll probably. Hey, there it goes. About perfect timing. I think I'll cut this, and this will be a good stopping place if that guy gets done. Yeah, there's pretty much most of these. I will say this, if anybody's watching, it's still having problems with some of these fields still spitting out potatoes or anything like that. A lot of times you can reset the field completely by plowing it, especially if it's a grass field. You can reset it by plowing and then replanting the grass on top of that, and that usually takes care of the issue. Now, I'd had that a couple of times. I know Chuck's had it happen to him once, but that's pretty much how I solved my issue with it. So if you're still having problems with that, give that a whirl, see if that will solve your issue. The good thing about especially all these grass fields is once they're plowed, depending on what you have your fertilization set at, I always wind up saying this. It'll take care of at least one of those fertilizations if you're fertilizing grass. Since it is plowed, it acts as cutting grass just like it does as a fertilizer on the cedar. They're kind of both the same operation, almost like think of it as oilseed radish. So once you cut it once, that takes care of a fertilization. And then you're good to go again, which is kind of cool. I was kind of looking through. Some of my the mods coming, at least to those for real modules, script modules. I was kind of looking through. I guess maybe sometime tomorrow I'll set up a little. I'm just kind of curious as to for those that are watching, if anybody, of course, feel free to if you wanted. But I was just kind of curious as to which ones you were really looking forward to. Whether it's ground response, which is more of that kind of some people refer to it as the mud mod or the dirt mod, where you'll actually get different varying grip conditions. I'm assuming all that is still included on that as part of what Giants is. I think what they said in their Twitter or Facebook page is what they said they were bringing was the scripts for those for real modules, not just the crop destruction one, although that will probably be the most popular. We've got that one, and we've got the dirt one, which is more of a realistic kind of parts of the tractor get dirty. If there parts of it are in the dirt, parts of it are in the grass, which I kind of think is ridiculous. But I could really care less about whether or not my tractor's clean or dirty. But I will be interested to see how they, what they do with the ground response. That'll be an interesting one to see. I've not really seen that even on the PC, or at least maybe I see it and I just don't realize that it's in there. But I'll be anxious to see if that actually works and if it, is cool. I've never had anything like that on console, so I'll be definitely anxious to see how some of that stuff plays out. Crop destruction is going to be good. I think it's probably going to be one of those mods that gets aggravating for us just because we don't have the same options for protecting our crops and setting up GPS and course play and the follow me and that kind of thing, so that when we make a track in our in our crops and do things a particular way, especially when it comes to harvesting or anything else, it definitely adds a level of realism. But I think it's also going to it's going to compact a few issues. It's going to be extremely aggravating for console guys. So it could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. I've never messed with it, so I'm not going to prejudge it quite yet. Yeah, well, and thin tires work on most of it. They don't work on all of it. I know that's the way to get around it. But I know some of the bigger tires and some of the bigger tractors don't have narrow tires on them. So it'll definitely be interesting seeing how all that plays out. Is this thing still running? This guy ain't done. Who's he talking? Alright, let's see here. If I can finish up this little square here. So that'll be soy planted, it'll be corn planted, most of them grass. Of course, that means if that one's done, then I'll probably cut grass field 9, grass field 10. That'll be sometime tomorrow. And then I guess if I stay on here, I may be a toss-up between this one or Coldborough Park Farm tomorrow. I've just about got that one back in shape. Still going to have to make all my bales over again. It's one thing I was talking about earlier in stream. Since you had to completely reload that map, kind of frustrating. All the bales that I'd made, all the round bales, all the established farm that I had. I think I had about 130 hours in Coldborough already. Then have to basically delete all that just to put a new updated map in there. That kind of hit hard. But I'm pretty much got all my equipment back to where it was. I changed some things around, and then I forwent getting cows and pigs. Figured I would just leave that for the extra added equipment that I did add into the farm. I wasn't going to start that farm all the way over, so hopefully there's no big updates for Old Stream. I swear if I have to start a new map completely over from scratch, then I'll probably just retire this one. Alright, so that puts soy on grass field 2, and I guess what I'll do is I'll probably do this. Yeah, this will be a good stopping place. This way tomorrow, if I do come back on here tomorrow, then I'll get field 1 and I'll get field 15 done. Let's see here, and let me just check animals. Yeah, they're all really good here, except for cows. Need to clean them up. Now I've been trying. I was trying today, trying to find a different way to clean. I'll probably wind up going and grabbing of course I got the roller thing. I've had this thing since the beginning, but I did have that roller thing. I probably will use it over, say, using this. It's definitely a little bit aggravating. I tried using the other brush wheel, the other thing, but it really doesn't work that great. It's like the interaction zone here between the cows is really weird. It worked pretty good at first, but then it's kind of like the Lely Juno. Lely Juno didn't work here either, but this thing would come in and the little tire wheel would work, except once you got to the end, it wouldn't release it all back into the trough. It would just clump it all up at the ends of the trail, and that was just annoying me. So I just went ahead and pulled this wheel back over here and said, screw it, I'll just sweep it up with this wheel. It's easy enough. You find that brush, I think it's up here. Nope. I'm with you, Chuck. I'll be anxious to see how much would change. I couldn't believe that all of our save games would go away. I mean, I don't even think they're dumb enough to do that. At least I hope they're not. I mean, they've proved us wrong before. Welcome back, James. Let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and get this over there at 9 and 10 and have this ready. There's a fine line on this map, depending on how fast you work your time. I think that's probably one of the big keys of this map is your management of time. If you're working 15x like I am, you probably find that even with one person, it's a little, to me, it feels a little on the slow end. I could probably bump it up to 30 times and feel just fine. Mainly because the fields are small. Now, if you're going to continue to use the really small stuff, 3 meter stuff, then yeah, you probably could get away with 15 and it feel like, you know, you're doing enough. And I guess anything like this, here's my thoughts on these maps. These maps are hard if you don't want to, I need to go the other way. If you're not going to do multiple big stuff on it, like say go into all the animals and then go into the multiple farming and then work your way into doing logging. One thing I'm finding that I'm still at 77,000 and that's selling after some pallets of wool, but that's still, I mean, I'm not dumping in tons of, still putting in plenty of hours to this map. I'm just not putting in tons of money in the bank, which is just mainly because your fields are small. Your returns on all the farming that you're doing is fairly small. Plus, if you've got them split between all 3 animals, I'm still not making that much money. I'm barely breaking even with cows. Sheep are barely making enough to give me a little extra 40-50K, you know, every 4 or 5 days, which is a little on the slow side. And pigs are about the same way once they finally reproduce fast enough. So it's definitely a challenge for me because this is kind of pulling me out of my normal game style and out of my normal gameplay. So we'll have to see how this map goes. Hopefully, if there's an update on this map or anything else, it won't do it because I'm with Chuck, or I'm like Chuck on this one. If I have to go back and do it over again, then I probably won't on this one. It's taking quite a bit of work to get it to this point. Oh man, you already bum rushed and Chuck for controllers. He's got to be thinking about X-Plane too. Make sure you get something that's cross compatible. Alright, well, I think guys that's going to be a good stopping place for me. Got some stuff planted today and got some grass cut, so I will probably load and make and run some trips back and forth to biogas tomorrow to take care of some of that. So I will not be doing that on stream because I know how much you guys enjoy and love seeing that. So I will be on tomorrow, at least as far as I know. I'll either be doing Old Stream or I'll be doing Coldborough Park. I'll be doing either one of those two. So if you at some point want to, throw in your option as to what you'd rather see, please feel free to do that. I appreciate it. As always, I should say, don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. I'll just run a few things here. I do have Twitter is up and going. I'm actually getting some guys on there now, which is kind of cool. So I'm able to communicate with more of the community, as well as seeing, hopefully, especially there'll be some things to share over the next couple of weeks with Farm Sim coming out with their DLC hype videos and all the stuff. I'm sure they will eye candy. They will entice us to buy the DLC with. Some of you that are already like me, that will all to get them regardless how bad or how good it is, which I'm really hoping that it's good. I really am. I really want them to succeed on this, because if they succeed, that means we all succeed. So anyway, so got that. Twitch is kind of in between. I'm not really doing much on Twitch now, and like I always say, the community is really coalesced around YouTube, so I'll probably stick it with YouTube for right now. Maybe once I venture into getting the PC, getting to some other sims going, I will mix and match between the two, but for right now, YouTube is the place to find me. And also, welcome to our new subs, Johnny what is that, 310 301, the Rednecks, Francis White, and Jeff Takarsh, or Takarsh, however you say that. If there's anybody that's brand new that has not seen their name fly across that yet, that is just because you're set to private on your subscriber notification list. So if you unprivatize that, it will show up. But anyway, that is it from us at FTG. I appreciate it, guys. I will be back tomorrow, like I said, at Coldbur or Oldstream, but I will at least put something up by early afternoon tomorrow, and hope to see a good many of the guys. I know there was a whole slew of guys I didn't get to see tonight, but I figured that was probably some of the Super Bowl and some other festivities going on tonight. So congratulations to the Patriots, even though I can't stand them and I hate their guts. They're a good team, and you can't take that away from them. So anyway, it's good to see you guys. Chuck, great to see you. Ryan, James, I saw a stunt earlier. Not sure who all's still in here. Steven, good to meet you, and thanks for stopping in and hanging out in the stream for a while. Let's just see if there's anything with headset. Yeah, we'll get it all caught up there, Chuck. It's a whole different world on the PC world. It's a whole different ball game. But anyway, guys, it's been fun. I'm glad to be back from vacay. I appreciate the warm welcome back, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night.